Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into the world of one of the most iconic coins in American history, the Lincoln 1-cent penny. But not just any pennies. We're uncovering the top 20 most valuable rare Lincoln pennies that could be worth millions. Yes, you heard that right. Some of these little copper cents can fetch prices that'll blow your mind. Today's video is going to blow your mind because we're diving deep into the fascinating world of a seemingly ordinary coin that could actually be worth a fortune, the 1970 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. That's right, a coin that's just 1 cent in face value could be hiding in your change jar right now, and its current market value has reached a staggering $39,278. So don't go anywhere, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and why this small copper coin is causing such a huge buzz in the coin collecting world. Let's begin with a little background. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation since 1909, introduced to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It replaced the Indian head penny and became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, President Abraham Lincoln, on the obverse side. Over the years, the Lincoln cent has seen changes in its composition, minting process, and design. But the 1970 D penny stands out for more reasons than one. Now, let's talk about the D Mint Mark. That D, located under the year on the obverse of the coin, stands for the Denver Mint, one of the major minting facilities in the United States. In 1970, the Denver Mint produced hundreds of millions of Lincoln cents. To be exact, over 2.6 billion pennies were struck there. So why is one of these coins worth nearly $40,000? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and specific minting errors. Let's dive into what makes the 1970 D penny so valuable. First, one of the major reasons this coin can command such a high price is due to rare minting errors and die varieties. A well-known and extremely rare version of the 1970 D penny has what collectors call a double die obverse. This means that during the minting process, the coin die, the stamp that strikes the design into the blank planchet, was accidentally struck twice, causing a visible doubling of the features on the coin's surface. If you take a close look at the date, the word Liberty, or the motto, In God We Trust, and see clear doubling, you could be holding on to a major treasure. Another significant factor in the coin's value is its condition. The 1970 D penny that fetched over $39,000 was in superb gem mint state condition, meaning it had virtually no signs of wear and retained its original luster, as if it had just left the mint. Coins that are graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are extremely scarce, especially from a high mintage year like 1970. The higher the grade, the higher the value. It's that simple. But the story doesn't end there. There are small variations in the minting process that make certain 1970 D pennies more collectible than others. For instance, there are slight differences in the font, spacing, and placement of the letters and numbers on the coin. Some collectors specifically seek out varieties like the small date and large date versions. While the Denver Mint is mainly known for striking the large date version, some era coins may still display oddities that elevate their worth among serious numismatists. Now, let's talk money, because that's what we're here for, right? In recent years, auctions have seen 1970 D Lincoln cents sell for tens of thousands of dollars, especially when certified by grading services as being in near-perfect condition. A pristine example of a 1970 D penny with a top-tier grade and possibly featuring a die variety or doubling error sold for a jaw-dropping $39,278. That's 3.9 million times its face value. Just imagine turning 1 cent into almost $40,000. This is why it's so important to check your change, folks. The 1970 D penny might look like any other copper coin at first glance, but under magnification and with the right knowledge, you might spot something special. If you have a coin that looks uncirculated or has any odd features, don't spend it. Instead, take it to a local coin dealer or send it off to a grading service. You never know, your pocket change could contain one of these hidden gems. So, what should you look for if you want to find a 1970 D penny that could be worth big bucks? Here's a checklist for you. look for the D mint mark under the date. This means it was minted in Denver. Check for doubling on the obverse, especially the date. Liberty. And In God We Trust. Inspect the coin's condition. Is it shiny, sharp, and free from scratches or dings? The fewer imperfections, the higher the grade. Compare the date's size. Some coins may have slight differences in the size of the date numerals. Large date versus small date varieties can impact value. Consider having it professionally graded. Services like PCGS or NGC can confirm its authenticity and assign a grade that affects its value. And here's a bonus tip: store your coins properly. Even if you think you have a valuable penny, storing it carelessly can result in scratches, discoloration, or corrosion, all of which can dramatically lower its value. Use coin flips, holders, or albums designed for collectors to keep your finds in mint condition. Before we wrap up, here's something to think about. Every single coin in your pocket or change jar has a story. Some of those stories are worth just a cent, but others, like the 1970 Lincoln penny, might just be worth tens of thousands of dollars. So take a closer look at your change. You might be holding onto a coin that could change your life. If you enjoyed this deep dive into rare and valuable coins, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. We've got tons of content coming your way on rare coins, rare varieties, and market values that just might surprise you. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy hunting, and may your next penny be priceless. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe because today we're diving deep into a truly fascinating piece of American coin history, the 1974 Lincoln 1-cent penny coin with no mint mark. And here's the kicker: this seemingly ordinary penny could actually be worth up to $39,990 today. That's right, a coin that was once worth just a single cent is now turning heads in the collector's market. So, how did this happen? Why is it so valuable? And what should you look for in your change jar? Let's get right into it. History of the 1974 Lincoln penny. The 1974 Lincoln penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, which started way back in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's face, and ever since then, it has become one of the most iconic and collected coins in American history. Now, by the time 1974 rolled around, the Lincoln cent had already been around for 65 years. Most coins minted in that year were made from a composition of 95% copper and 5% zinc, which had been the standard since 1962. The coin weighs 3.11 grams and features the familiar bust of Lincoln on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the back. However, 1974 was not a typical year for the penny. Because of rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint was seriously considering changing the material used to make pennies. In fact, 1974 was the year the Mint experimented with aluminum cents, though those never entered circulation officially. But even the regular copper pennies from that year can be extremely valuable, especially the ones with no mint mark. What does a no mint mark mean? So, let's talk about the mint mark. Most pennies are struck at one of three U.S. Mint facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. If a penny has a D on it, it came from Denver. If it has an S, that means it was minted in San Francisco. But if it has no mint mark at all, that usually means it was made in Philadelphia. Now here's where it gets interesting. Philadelphia minted coins typically don't have a mint mark, but not all no mint mark pennies are created equal. In the case of the 1974 Lincoln cent, some of these no mint mark pennies have incredibly rare minting errors, or are in such pristine condition that they can be worth thousands of dollars. Why is the 1974 no mint mark penny worth so much? So you might be wondering, what makes one 1974 no mint mark penny worth just 1 cent and another worth nearly $40,000? Here are the top reasons. Mint errors. Some 1974 pennies were struck off-center, double-struck, or even created with the experimental aluminum planchets by mistake. If your 1974 no mint mark penny has one of these rare errors, it could be worth a fortune. High-grade condition. collectors go wild for coins that are in nearly perfect condition. If your penny is graded MS67 or higher by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC, the value increases dramatically. Luster and eye appeal, coins that still have their original red copper shine and show no signs of wear are much more desirable. These red coins are rarer than their brown or red-brown counterparts. Low population in high grades. The fewer high-quality 1974 pennies that exist, the more valuable each one becomes. Even though millions were made, only a small number remain in top-tier condition today. Real market sales and auction records. Now let's talk real numbers. A 1974 no-mint mark Lincoln penny graded MS67RD, red, has been known to sell at auction for as much as $39,990. That's not a guess, that's a real market value. Collectors and investors alike are always watching auctions hosted by Heritage Auctions, Stack's Bowers, and other professional auction houses to grab the best coins. These coins, when preserved in mint condition and authenticated by trusted graders, command incredibly high prices. There was a case where a 1974 penny with no mint mark, in almost perfect condition with blazing red luster, fetched over $30,000 due to its rarity and aesthetic appeal alone. So don't underestimate these tiny copper coins, some of them are sitting gold mines. How to check if your 1974 penny is valuable? So, how can you tell if your 1974 no mint mark penny is worth a lot of money? Here's a step-by-step guide. Step 1. Inspect for a mint mark. Look under the date on the obverse front of the coin. If there's no D or S, that's a Philadelphia coin. Step 2. Check the condition. Is the coin shiny with no scratches or wear? Does it look brand new? If so, it could be in mint state condition, and that's where the big bucks come in. Step 3. Look for errors. Use a magnifying glass to look for doubling, off-center strikes, die cracks, or unusual features. Any error could add hundreds, or even thousands, to the value. Step 4. Weigh the coin. A normal copper penny weighs 3.11 grams. If it's drastically lighter, it could have been struck on an aluminum planchet, which would make it extremely rare. Step 5. Get it graded. If you think you've got a gem, send it to a professional grading service. PCGS or NGC can authenticate it, grade it, and seal it in a protective holder that boosts its value and trustworthiness. Tips for coin collectors and investors. If you're collecting or investing in pennies, especially the 1974 no mint mark variety, here are some quick tips. Store coins properly. Use acid-free coin flips or holders to avoid damage. Never clean your coins. Cleaning reduces value instantly. Let the professionals handle it. Stay updated. Follow auction sites and coin forums to know current market trends. Buy from reputable dealers. If you're investing, make sure your sources are reliable. To wrap things up, the 1974 no mint mark Lincoln penny is more than just spare change. It's a piece of American history, and in some cases, it's a hidden treasure worth nearly $40,000. Whether it's due to a rare error, perfect condition, or collector demand, these coins are definitely worth watching out for. So, go check your piggy banks, coin jars, and old collections. You never know, that one penny could change your life. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful or interesting, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We've got tons more videos coming your way about rare and valuable coins that could be hiding in plain sight. Until next time, happy coin hunting! Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel where we explore the hidden treasures in your pocket change. If you've ever found yourself wondering if that old penny in your jar could be worth a fortune, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into the world of rare and valuable coins, and our spotlight is on the 1976 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. That's right, a coin that many people overlook could be worth up to $44,992 in today's market. So make sure you stick around until the end of the video, because we're uncovering everything you need to know about this penny's history, what makes it valuable, and how you can tell if you've got one in your collection. Let's begin with a little background. The 1976 Lincoln penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which was introduced in 1959 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This design replaced the earlier wheat reverse, and instead featured the Lincoln Memorial, a structure that honors the very man featured on the obverse of the coin. Now 1976 was a huge year in American history. The United States was celebrating its bicentennial, marking 200 years since the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Interestingly, while quarters, half dollars, and dollars were minted with special bicentennial designs for that year, the penny was one of the coins that retained its regular design. So, at first glance, the 1976 penny might seem ordinary, but don't be fooled. There's a hidden gem in this year's production, the no mint mark version struck in Philadelphia. Section 2, Mint Mark EXPLAINED. Before we get into values and rarities, let's talk about what the no mint mark really means. In the United States, coins are produced at different mints across the country. Each mint typically places a small letter on the coin, known as a mint mark, to identify where it was made. For example, a D stands for Denver, an S for San Francisco, and a P for Philadelphia. However, in 1976, Philadelphia did not place a mint mark on its pennies. So when we say, no mint mark, we're referring to coins that were minted in Philadelphia, even though they don't bear a P. While most of these 1976 no mint mark pennies are quite common, certain versions, due to errors, unique conditions, or high grades, are extremely rare and highly valuable. Section 3. What makes this coin valuable? So what exactly makes a 1976 no mint mark penny worth up to $44,992? It all comes down to a few key factors. 1. Mint errors. Some 1976 pennies have dramatic errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or clipped planchets. These minting mistakes make the coin highly collectible. 2. Condition or grade. The condition of a coin is crucial. The highest grades, those graded MS67 or higher by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC, can fetch thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars at auction. A coin in average circulation condition might only be worth face value, but a flawless, mint state example is in a whole different league. 3. Rarity in high grade. While millions of these pennies were made, very few survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. That's what creates scarcity. Serious collectors are always willing to pay a premium for coins that have survived the decades without a scratch or blemish. 4. Strong demand from collectors. The Lincoln penny is one of the most collected coins in the world. Combine that with the bicentennial year and a no mint mark mystery, and you've got a recipe for serious collector interest. Section 4. Market value and auction records. Let's talk numbers. In 2024, a 1976 Lincoln no mint mark penny in average circulated condition is typically worth just 1 cent, maybe a few cents to $1 if it's in slightly better shape. But in mint state 67 red, MS67RD, one of these coins sold for a whopping $44,992 at a major auction. Yes, you heard that right, $44,992 for a single penny. Why? Because it was a flawless example with brilliant red luster, almost perfect surfaces, and exceptional strike quality. These kinds of coins are exceptionally rare, and high-end collectors fight over them when they come up for sale. So, if you have a 1976 penny with no mint mark that looks shiny, fresh, and near perfect, it might be worth getting it professionally graded. You could be sitting on a hidden fortune without even knowing it. Section 5. How to check your penny. Here's how you can check if your 1976 no mint mark Lincoln penny might be valuable. Step 1. Examine the coin under bright light. Look for brilliant red color, no scratches, no wear marks, and a sharp, clear strike. Step 2. Use a magnifying glass or a coin loupe to inspect Lincoln's face, the lettering, and the Lincoln Memorial. Look for any doubling, which could indicate a valuable double die variety. Step 3. Check the rim and edges for errors like misaligned dies or off-center strikes. Step 4. Weigh the coin. It should weigh about 3.11 grams if made from copper. If it weighs significantly different, it could be struck on the wrong planchet, another rare and valuable error. Step 5. If it looks promising, send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade makes a huge difference in value. Why this coin matters. The 1976 no mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just about monetary value, it's also about historical and collectible significance. It represents a key moment in U.S. history, minted during the bicentennial year. It's a coin that bridges the past with the present, connecting collectors across generations. Plus, it's a powerful reminder that extraordinary value can be found in ordinary places. Something as small and common as a penny could be hiding a story worth tens of thousands of dollars. So, the next time you're sorting through your change jar or find some old coins in a drawer, take a second look. That 1976 Lincoln penny with no mint mark might just be your lucky break. And if you do find one that looks special, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your story. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you never miss a video about rare and valuable coins. We have tons of exciting coin content coming your way, so stay tuned and keep hunting. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy collecting! Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. If you've ever found an old penny lying around and thought, it's just 1 cent, then today's video might just change your life. We're about to dive into the world of one of the most surprising coins in U.S. history, the 1981 no mint mark Lincoln 1 cent penny. Believe it or not, this unassuming copper coin could be worth a whopping $67,299 in today's collector market. So grab your magnifying glass, sit back, and let's get into the details of this hidden gem hiding in plain sight. First, let's explore the history behind this fascinating penny. The Lincoln cent has been a cornerstone of American coinage since it was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny was revolutionary because it was the first time a real person, especially a president, was featured on regular U.S. currency. Fast forward to 1981, this was a pivotal time for the Lincoln cent series. It marked the final full year that the U.S. Mint struck pennies using the traditional 95% copper and 5% zinc alloy before transitioning to a more cost-effective copper-plated zinc composition in mid-1982 due to the rising price of copper. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The 1981 Lincoln penny was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Pennies from Denver have a D mint mark. Those from San Francisco often have an S, and coins from Philadelphia traditionally have no mint mark at all. So when we say no mint mark, we're actually referring to coins minted in Philadelphia. But not all 1981 Philadelphia pennies are valuable. So what makes this particular 1981 no mint mark Lincoln cent worth over $67,000? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, condition, and errors. Let's break it down. Point 1: of the key reasons this coin has skyrocketed in value is its near-perfect condition, often referred to as mint state, or MS. The most sought-after specimens are those graded MS 67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. An MS 67 penny from 1981 with no mint mark is exceptionally rare, especially considering the billions of pennies that were mass-produced that year. The survival rate for coins in pristine condition is extremely low, as most were circulated and show significant wear and tear. Now, let's talk about strike quality. During the early 1980s, the U.S. Mint was under pressure to produce coins quickly, leading to occasional inconsistencies in the minting process. Some 1981 no mint mark pennies were struck using proof dies or under slightly higher pressure, resulting in incredibly sharp details. If your 1981 penny has unusually crisp lines around Lincoln's portrait, a strong rim, and clean lettering, you might be holding something special. Additionally, there are some error varieties that make this penny even more desirable. Look out for double die obverse (DDO) varieties, where elements like the date, the word liberty, or in God we trust, appear slightly doubled. These doubling errors were the result of misalignment during the die creation process and can make a coin exponentially more valuable. Some collectors have also discovered off-center strikes, broad strikes, and clipped planchets among 1981 no mint mark pennies, each type of mint error adding hundreds or even thousands of dollars in value depending on severity and condition. But here's the jaw-dropping part. In recent years, a flawless 1981 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent graded MS67 Plus Red sold at auction for an unbelievable $67,299. That's right, a single penny, just 1 cent in face value, turned into nearly $70,000 because of its immaculate preservation, eye appeal, and rarity. So what does this mean for you? It means you might want to take a second look at the change in your pocket, or that old jar of coins sitting on your shelf. Finding a 1981 Lincoln penny with no mint mark is easy, but finding one in gem uncirculated condition with no flaws, brilliant red luster, and strong details is extremely rare and incredibly profitable. Let's talk about how to spot a valuable 1981 penny. First, check for the mint mark. Make sure there is absolutely no D or S under the date. Next, observe the coin's surface. Is it shiny and free from scratches or wear? Does it still have its original red copper sheen? That's a good sign. Now, examine the lettering and date for any doubling or odd shapes. That could indicate a doubling error. Finally, consider getting your coin professionally graded. Services like PCGS or NGC can not only confirm the authenticity and condition of your coin but also assign it a grade that could drastically increase its market value. Now, let's quickly review some market insights. On average, a regular 1981 no mint mark penny in circulated condition is only worth face value, just 1 cent. In uncirculated condition, the value can range from $1 to $25. But the rarest, highest grade examples, the top 1% of survivors, are the ones that fetch serious money at auction. Coins graded MS66 can bring in $500 to $1,500. MS67 can reach into the 5-figure territory, and those in MS67 Plus Red? That's where we see numbers like $67, $299. Before we wrap up, here's a quick tip. If you're hunting for valuable Lincoln cents, always check coins from transitional years, like 1981 and 1982, because changes in metal composition and minting practices often lead to interesting varieties and rarities. And remember, the value of a coin is determined by its condition, rarity, demand, and the presence of errors or special features. So there you have it, the 1981 no mint Mark Lincoln 1 cent penny, a seemingly ordinary coin with an extraordinary story and an astonishing market value of $67,299. If you're lucky enough to find one in top condition, you could be holding a small fortune in the palm of your hand. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins hiding in everyday change, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a chance to discover treasure in your pocket. Leave a comment below if you've ever found a 1981 penny or any other rare coin. We'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel. If you love rare coins, unexpected treasures, and learning about the hidden value in everyday pocket change, then you're going to love today's video. We're diving deep into the story of a small copper coin that's turning heads and changing lives, the 1988 Lincoln 1 cent penny. That's right, this seemingly ordinary penny has sold in recent years for as much as $89,241. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why, how to identify one, and what to look for in your own collection or change jar. The Lincoln 1 cent penny has been in production since 1909, when it was first issued to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the decades, it's become one of the most collected coins in American history. In 1982, the U.S. Mint switched the composition of the penny from 95% copper to a predominantly zinc-based core with a thin copper coating. This change significantly impacted how pennies were made, and some strange things started happening at the mint, and those errors are exactly what makes some of these coins extremely valuable. Now let's fast forward to 1988. That year, the U.S. Mint produced the Lincoln cent at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Today, our focus is on the penny with the D Mint mark, which means it was struck at the Denver Mint. The Denver Mint is known for high coin output and generally good strike quality. However, even in such a well-organized mint, mistakes can happen, and when they do, collectors take notice. So what's so special about the 1988 D Lincoln cent? Why is one of them worth nearly $90,000? The answer lies in a rare and valuable variety known as the 1988 D. Reverse of 1989. Transitional era penny. Let me explain. In coin terminology, the obverse is the front of the coin, in this case, Lincoln's profile, and the reverse is the back, where the Lincoln Memorial appears. In 1988, the U.S. Mint was preparing to transition to a slightly modified design for the reverse, to be implemented fully in 1989. But in a rare mistake, some Denver minted 1988 pennies were accidentally struck with the 1989 reverse design. These transitional era coins are extremely rare and can only be identified by subtle differences in the design, particularly the style of the letters FG on the reverse, which stand for Frank Gasparo, the coin's designer. In the 1988 reverse, the initials FG are farther from the base of the Lincoln Memorial and appear less bold. But in the 1989 reverse, which accidentally appears on some 1988 D pennies, the FG is closer and more sharply defined. Spotting this difference requires a good magnifying glass or a microscope, but once you know what to look for, it's easy to tell the difference. Because this was a transitional error, very few of these coins escaped the mint and entered circulation. That extreme rarity is what drives up the price, and collectors are willing to pay top dollar to own one of these unique coins. In fact, one pristine example of the 1988 D penny with the 1989 reverse design sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $89,241. That price wasn't just because it was rare, it was also in incredible condition, graded by a professional coin grading service as MS67 Plus Red, meaning mint state with full red color, the highest quality you can hope to find. Now let's talk about how you can tell if you have one of these rare coins hiding in your collection. First, check the date and mint mark. You want a penny dated 1988 with a clear D under the year. Second, flip the coin over and look at the reverse. Focus in on the area to the right of the Lincoln Memorial where the initials FG appear. If they're close to the base of the memorial and well defined, you might have the rare 1989 reverse. To be sure, you can compare it with a normal 1988 D penny and a 1989 D penny. The reverse should match the 1989 design. If it does, congratulations, you may be holding a coin worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. Of course, condition matters a lot. A circulated coin with the reverse of 1989 may be worth hundreds or even a few $1,000s. But if your coin is uncirculated, shiny red, and well struck, it could fetch much more. Getting it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC is crucial to determining its true value. Now let's talk about the current market value. As of today, a top-grade 1988 D penny with the reverse of 1989 can sell for up to $89,241 at major coin auctions. Lower-grade examples still command impressive prices, often in the range of $1,000 to $5,000. Even circulated examples, if verified as authentic transitional errors, can be worth more than $500. That's an incredible return for a single cent. Collectors are actively hunting for these coins right now. Every year, fewer of these rare varieties are discovered, and that only increases their value. Coin dealers, auction houses, and even casual collectors are keeping their eyes open for 1988 D reverse of 1989 pennies in mint state condition. So, what should you do if you think you've found one? First, don't clean the coin. Cleaning can damage its surface and reduce its value dramatically. Second, examine it closely. Use a magnifying glass or take it to a local coin dealer or coin show for a second opinion. Third, if it really looks like you've got the transitional reverse, send it in for grading and authentication. That step can unlock its full market value. And finally, if you do have one of these rare coins, congratulations. You've got a true treasure on your hands. It's living proof that even the smallest items can hold incredible stories and surprising value. Alright folks, That wraps up today's deep dive into the 1988 D Lincoln penny that's worth nearly $90,000. It's amazing to think that one little coin from your pocket change could be the key to a big payday. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, hidden mint errors, and how to spot treasures in your spare change, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, always check your change. You never know what rare gem might be waiting for you to discover. Until next time, happy collecting! Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we talk all things rare coins, hidden treasures, and valuable finds that could be sitting right in your pocket change. Today, we're diving into one of the most shocking and exciting pennies ever struck in US history, the mysterious and incredibly valuable 1992 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. Yes, you heard that right. A simple-looking penny from 1992, with no mint mark, that's currently valued at an astonishing $71,287 in the rare coin market. This coin might just change the way you look at pennies forever. Make sure you watch this video all the way through, because the details matter, and one tiny detail can mean the difference between 1 cent and tens of thousands of dollars. History of the Lincoln cent. First, let's talk a bit about the history of the Lincoln 1-cent penny. The Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, making it the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin originally featured the initials VDB on the reverse, which caused quite a stir among the public and led to a quick redesign. Over the years, the Lincoln cent has gone through several transformations, from the wheat ear reverse that lasted until 1958, to the memorial reverse introduced in 1959, and then the shield reverse that began in 2010. But among all the years and changes, few Lincoln cents stand out like the one from 1992. Not because of a fancy design or commemorative element, but because of a tiny, almost invisible detail that turned a regular penny into a collector's dream. What makes the 1992 no-mint mark penny special? Now you might be wondering, what makes the 1992 no-mint mark penny so special? The answer lies in a rare and almost accidental variety known as the closed AM variety. In 1992, the U.S. Mint made a transition in the reverse design spacing between the letters A and M in America on the reverse of the coin. Most pennies from that year show a wide gap between the A and M, referred to as the wide AM. But a small number of coins, by mistake, were struck using a reverse design intended for later years, which shows the A and M nearly touching. This close AM design was never meant to be used in 1992, and that production error is what created this exceptionally rare and valuable coin. But there's more. While the close AM error is known to exist in both the Philadelphia no-mint mark and Denver D-mint mark minted pennies, the no-mint mark variety from Philadelphia is especially rare. Only a handful of genuine 1992 no-mint mark close AM pennies have ever been discovered, and they remain one of the holy grails of modern U.S. coin collecting. How to spot one key identifiers. Here's where things get really exciting. You can check your own 1992 penny collection right now to see if you have one of these rare coins. To spot the closed AM variety, flip the coin over and look closely at the word America. If there's a clear gap between the A and M, it's a regular wide AM penny. But if the A and M are almost touching or extremely close together, you might be holding a close AM, and that's the jackpot. But don't stop there. There are a few more key things to verify. Look for sharp, clean edges, a centered strike, and good detail in Lincoln's hair and the steps of the Lincoln Memorial. Also, confirm that there is no mint mark below the date, which means it was struck in Philadelphia. And most importantly, get your coin authenticated and graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. They will officially verify the variety and assign a grade, which directly impacts the value, market value, and auction results. So, just how much is a 1992 no-mint mark close AM Lincoln penny worth today? Brace yourself, because the most pristine examples have fetched incredible prices at auction. One of the finest known specimens, graded in mint state condition, sold for a jaw-dropping $71,287 in a public auction. Yes, over $71,000 for a single penny. Even those in lower grades can sell for thousands, especially if authenticated and properly marketed. This coin's rarity, coupled with strong demand from collectors of Lincoln cent varieties, has driven prices through the roof. And with only a handful confirmed to exist, the value continues to climb. Experts believe there could still be more out there, possibly sitting unnoticed in old penny jars, inherited collections, or change drawers. Why this coin matters to collectors: the 1992 no mint mark close AM penny isn't just rare, it represents a moment in numismatic history. It's the result of a transitional design error, a silent mistake that wasn't caught in time, and one that now excites treasure hunters, historians, and collectors alike. Every time one of these coins is discovered, it reignites the search and reminds us that modern coins can be just as valuable and exciting as older classics like Morgan dollars or gold eagles. For Lincoln cent collectors, this variety is a must-have piece. It fills a unique place in the Lincoln cent series, bridging the past and present, error and intention, copper and zinc. It's a coin that tells a story and builds a legacy. How to search and protect your coins. If you're inspired to start searching, here are a few tips. First, gather all your 1992 pennies and check the date and mint mark. Set aside any without a mint mark. Then, under good lighting and with a magnifying glass or loupe, check the spacing between the A and M in America. Look at online reference images to compare. If you think you found a close AM, don't clean the coin or alter it in any way, send it in for grading right away. Even a small scratch or smudge can reduce its value dramatically. Protect it in a coin flip or holder while you wait. And always deal with professional grading companies for authentication. So there you have it. The full story of the rare and valuable 1992 no mint mark Lincoln penny, a tiny coin with a massive price tag. Worth over $71,000 in the current market, this coin proves that great treasure doesn't always come in gold or silver, it can come in copper-plated zinc. Be sure to like this video if you learned something new, and share it with your friends or family who might have a penny collection tucked away. You never know who might be sitting on a fortune without realizing it. Don't forget to subscribe for more amazing coin stories, updates on valuable finds, and tips for building your own collection. Drop a comment below if you've ever found a rare penny, or if you plan to start searching. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy hunting, and may your next coin be the one that changes everything. Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. If you've got a jar full of old pennies sitting around, it might be time to dig through it, because today we're talking about a coin that could change your life. That's right. This is the story of the 1980 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that's turning heads in the world of numismatics and now commands a jaw-dropping market value of $53,878. You heard that right, $53,878 for just one penny. In this video, we're going to explore everything you need to know about this coin. We'll cover its minting history, why it's so valuable today, how to identify the rare version, and what you should look out for in your own collection. So grab your magnifying glass, get comfortable, and let's dive into the amazing story behind the 1980 Lincoln penny. History of the 1980 penny. The 1980 Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, Colorado, which is indicated by the small D mint mark located just below the date on the obverse, or head side, of the coin. By 1980, the Lincoln cent had already been in circulation for over 70 years, first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Back then, pennies were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving them a noticeable weight and reddish-brown tone. That continued until 1982 when the U.S. Mint transitioned to a lighter composition of mostly zinc due to the rising cost of copper. So, the 1980 penny is still made of solid copper, making it one of the last few years where these heavy, durable coins were produced. In total, the Denver Mint produced over 5.1 billion Lincoln cents in 1980. That's right, billions with a B. So what makes this coin special? Why would one ordinary-looking 1980D penny sell for more than $50,000? The secret behind the value. Here's where things get exciting. Not every 1980D penny is worth a fortune, but specific rare varieties, combined with high-grade condition, can fetch sky-high prices. The most valuable 1980D penny ever sold wasn't just any regular penny. It was a mint-state coin with superb luster, flawless surfaces, and perfect strike quality, graded MS68 plus, read by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. When a coin is that pristine, with no marks, scratches, or discoloration, it becomes a true collector's dream. But even more interesting, some 1980D pennies feature rare errors or variations, like off-center strikes, double dies, broad strikes, and die cracks. These minting errors can significantly boost the value of the coin, especially when combined with high-grade preservation. There are also coins that exhibit full steps on the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side, tiny architectural details that only appear on the sharpest strikes. These full steps designations also raise a coin's desirability and price. Auction records and current market value. Now, let's talk numbers. In a high-profile auction, a flawless example of the 1980D Lincoln Cent sold for a staggering $53,878. This coin was in absolutely pristine condition, preserved in mint state with a blazing red finish that made it look like it had just left the press. That sale shook the coin collecting community because no one expected a modern penny to sell for that much. Since then, collectors have been scrambling to find another perfect specimen, and while many 1980D pennies are worth just face value, others in mint condition are being appraised for thousands of dollars. So if you've got a 1980D penny, and it looks unusually clean, sharp, and shiny, it might be time to have it graded professionally. Even coins graded MS65 and above can sell for hundreds to thousands of dollars today depending on their visual appeal and rarity of strike. What to look for in your penny? So what should you look for in your own 1980D penny? Mint mark. It should have a clear DE below the year 1980. Color. A bright red finish is most desirable, indicating the coin hasn't oxidized or tarnished over time. Nowhere. Check for a clean, crisp portrait of Lincoln, strong details in the hair and beard, and no signs of circulation. Full memorial steps. Flip the coin over and look closely at the steps on the Lincoln Memorial. Are they full and well-defined? Errors. Keep an eye out for any doubling on the numbers or letters, unusual shapes, or off-center designs. These can make your coin extra valuable. How to sell your coin? If you think you've got a rare 1980D Lincoln penny on your hands, the best thing you can do is get it graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. A certified coin with a grade like MS67 or higher can go for thousands. Once it's graded, you can choose to sell it at auction through major platforms like Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers, or even through eBay if you're careful. Make sure you do your research, compare recent sales, and don't rush the process. Coins like these can be your ticket to a major payday if handled properly. To wrap things up, the 1980D Lincoln penny might just be sitting in your pocket change, in an old jar, or tucked away in a forgotten drawer. While billions were minted, it's the rare, high-grade, and error examples that are commanding huge prices, up to $53,878 in today's market. So next time you see a penny, don't just toss it aside. It might be worth more than you could ever imagine. Who knows? Your next lucky find could be hiding in plain sight. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins and hidden treasures, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss another discovery. Drop a comment below if you've ever come across a rare penny, or if you're going to start checking your change a little more closely from now on. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your pockets be full of priceless pennies. Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. In today's video, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and sought-after coins in American numismatic history, the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny with no mint mark. This unassuming 1-cent coin has turned heads in the collector world and fetched an astonishing $55,757 in today's market. Yes, you heard that right, over $55,000 for a penny. Let's uncover why this coin is so special, how it became so valuable, and what makes it worth a small fortune. To understand the 1958 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny, we need to first take a look at the history of the Lincoln cent itself. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and it replaced the Indian head cent designed by Victor David Brenner. The obverse side features a portrait of Lincoln, while the reverse side originally displayed 2 wheat ears along with the words 1 cent and United States of America, hence the term wheat penny. The wheat reverse design lasted from 1909 to 1958. That's right, 1958 was the final year of the wheat reverse before it was replaced in 1959 by the Lincoln Memorial design, which continued until 2008. So the 1958 Lincoln wheat penny holds a special place in history as the last of its kind. That alone gives it historical significance and makes it a popular coin for collectors who want to complete their wheat penny set. Now, let's talk about the no-mint mark. In 1958, pennies were struck at 2 primary mints, Philadelphia and Denver. Coins struck in Philadelphia did not have a mint mark, while those from Denver were marked with a small d on the obverse, just below the date. So when we talk about the 1958 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny, we're referring to the coin that was minted in Philadelphia. Over 250 million of these pennies were produced at the Philadelphia Mint in 1958, which might make you wonder, why would a common coin like this be worth over $55,000? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and errors. Most 1958 no-mint mark pennies are worth just a few cents in circulated condition. But some rare examples, especially those in pristine, uncirculated condition, can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The real showstopper, though, is the extremely rare 1958 double die obverse, a minting error that makes this coin a true treasure. The 1958 double die obverse Lincoln wheat penny is one of the most famous and rarest error coins in existence. Only a handful of confirmed examples are known to exist, possibly only 3 to 4 specimens. In this variety, the doubling is very strong and clearly visible in the inscriptions. Liberty, in God we trust, and the date, 1958. The doubling occurred during the die creation process at the U.S. Mint, when a die received a second impression slightly misaligned with the first. This minting anomaly resulted in a dramatic and very collectible error coin. Because of its extreme rarity, when a 1958 double die penny appears at auction, especially in high grade, it can command huge prices. One such example, graded MS65 read by PCGS, sold for an incredible $55,757 at auction. The coin was in stunning, gem-quality condition with brilliant luster and razor-sharp details. That's what makes this coin a dream find for any collector. If you're wondering whether you might have a 1958 Lincoln wheat penny that's worth a fortune, here's what to look for. First, check the date on the obverse. It should read 1958, with no mint mark. Then, examine the inscriptions closely, especially Liberty and In God We Trust. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe to check for signs of doubling. If you see what appears to be a second, shadow-like image behind the letters or numbers, you might have something very special. Next, examine the overall condition of the coin. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. A circulated 1958 wheat penny is usually worth only a few cents, but one in mint state condition can be worth several dollars. And if it has that rare doubling, potentially tens of thousands. It's also important to have your coin authenticated and graded by a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. These companies will verify the coin's authenticity, determine its grade, and encapsulate it in a tamper-evident holder with a label that shows all the relevant details. If you believe you have a 1958 double die Lincoln penny, this step is absolutely crucial to realize its full value. Even if you don't have the rare double die version, a regular 1958 Lincoln wheat penny in uncirculated condition with brilliant red color, often described as red or red-brown by grading companies, can still be worth between $5 and $50 depending on the grade. That's a pretty decent return on a coin you may have sitting in an old jar or inherited from a relative. Now, let's talk about the coin's current market value. As of now, the highest recorded sale of the 1958 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny stands at $55,757. This was a rare, certified double-die example in top condition. However, the market continues to show strong demand for era coins, especially those with dramatic and visible doubling. Collectors are constantly on the lookout for new discoveries, and prices for rare coins tend to rise over time, particularly for coins that are limited in number and in high demand. If you're a collector, this coin is a must-have for your wheat penny set, whether it's the regular issue or, if you're lucky enough to find one, the double-die variety. It represents the end of an era, the craftsmanship of old-school minting, and the thrill of the hunt. There's nothing quite like discovering a coin worth thousands in your own collection. So, whether you're just starting out in coin collecting or you're a seasoned numismatist, keep your eyes open for the 1958 no-mint mark Lincoln wheat penny. Check those old jars, piggy banks, and inherited coin albums, because you just might be holding a hidden gem. Thanks for watching, and if you found this video helpful or fascinating, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing coin stories, rare coin discoveries, and expert tips on collecting. Drop a comment below if you have a 1958 Lincoln wheat penny or any interesting finds you want to share. Until next time, happy collecting and good luck on your treasure hunt. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you're a coin collector, treasure hunter, or just someone who wants to know if that penny sitting in your change jar might be worth thousands of dollars, then you're in the right place. Because today, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the 2008 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin, a coin that most people overlook every day, but in rare cases, could be worth as much as $88,289. Yes, you heard that right. 88 grand for a single penny. So stick around as we reveal everything you need to know about this incredible coin, from its history and design to what makes certain 2008 pennies so incredibly valuable in today's market. Let's begin by going back to the origins of the Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent was first issued in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first regular issue United States coin to feature a real person's portrait. And who better than Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States? Fast forward almost a century later to the year 2008. The Lincoln cent was still going strong, continuing to feature the familiar bust of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front, of the coin, with the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. This reverse design was first introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, and it remained on the coin until 2008, making that year a major turning point in the Lincoln penny's design history. Why is that important? Because 2008 was the last year the Lincoln Memorial design appeared on the penny. Starting in 2009, the U.S. Mint released a special series of 4 commemorative reverse designs to celebrate Lincoln's bicentennial. So in a way, the 2008 penny marked the end of an era, and collectors always pay attention to last-of-the-line coins. Now let's take a closer look at the 2008 no-mint mark Lincoln cent. The no-mint mark simply means that the coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. Unlike coins produced at the Denver or San Francisco mints, Philadelphia coins often don't carry a mint mark, which is totally normal for many years, including 2008. So on the surface, the 2008 no-mint mark Lincoln penny might seem like just another common coin. And it's true. In circulation, the vast majority of 2008 Lincoln cents are worth just 1 cent. After all, billions were minted. But here's where things get exciting. While most 2008 pennies are common, there are some extremely rare examples that have unique characteristics. And those are the ones that have stunned the collecting world by fetching tens of thousands of dollars at auction. So what makes one of these pennies worth up to $88,289? The answer lies in a combination of condition, rarity, and errors. Let's start with condition. Coin collectors use a grading system called the Sheldon scale, which ranges from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, flawless coin. A 2008 Lincoln cent graded as MS-67, MS-68, or higher, meaning mint state, in nearly perfect condition, can command a high price. These coins have never been in circulation, have razor-sharp details, and no visible scratches or wear under magnification. The higher the grade, the higher the value. But even a pristine coin wouldn't be worth over $88,000 on condition alone. The real value comes when that near-perfect condition is combined with a rare mint error. Some of the most valuable 2008 Lincoln cents have stunning and dramatic errors, like double dies, off-center strikes, die caps, or broad strikes. A double die error, for instance, occurs when the coin is struck by a misaligned die that causes parts of the design, like the date or the letters in Liberty, to appear doubled. This kind of error can make a coin extremely desirable to collectors. One particularly rare error that's been reported involves a 2008 Lincoln penny with an incredibly sharp double die on the reverse lettering of the Lincoln Memorial and the words United States of America and E pluribus unum. These examples are extremely hard to find in circulation, but when discovered in mint condition, they have sold for tens of thousands of dollars at auction. Another factor that boosts the value is population, meaning how many of that particular type of coin exist in top condition. The fewer the number of coins graded at MS-67 or higher with rare errors, the more valuable the coin becomes. In one recorded case, a pristine 2008 no-mint mark Lincoln cent with a major double die error sold at auction for $88,289 due to its flawless state and ultra-rare error. Imagine that. A coin that you could find in your pocket change potentially worth more than a luxury car, a year of college tuition, or even a down payment on a house. That's why coin hunting is so exciting. Every time you check your change or sort through a coin roll, you could be holding a tiny treasure. So what should you do if you think you've found a valuable 2008 Lincoln penny? First, handle the coin carefully. Avoid touching it with your bare fingers, use cotton gloves or hold it by the edges. Then examine the coin under good lighting or a magnifying glass. Look for unusual features like doubling, off-center strikes, or strange imprints. Next, compare it with certified error coin images online or consult a professional numismatist. And if you believe your coin is valuable, you should definitely consider having it graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. A certified grade can massively increase your coin's value and ensure it gets the attention it deserves at auction. In summary, the 2008 no-mint mark Lincoln penny may look ordinary, but it holds incredible potential for collectors who know what to look for. As the last year of the Lincoln Memorial reverse design, it already holds historical significance. But when you add in rare mint errors and top-tier condition, you unlock the chance of a life-changing find, like the one penny that recently sold for $88,289. So the next time you get change at the store or dig through an old coin jar, take a moment and check your pennies, especially the 2008 no-mint mark Lincoln cents. You never know, you might just be holding a fortune in the palm of your hand. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell so you never miss out on amazing stories from the world of rare and valuable coins. Share this video with your friends and fellow collectors so we can all stay one step closer to discovering hidden treasure. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy coin hunting!